Mores. Mores means custom and conventions. Means practices, moral attitude, manners, ways means way of living, decorum, etiquettes, P's and Q's. P's and Q's means pros and cons, means what to do and what not to do. So the meaning of mores is achar vichar. So it is see one thing I would say that I have given you the translation of that word in Hindi, but that doesn't mean that you have to rely on that Hindi meaning itself, because in English a word can be used in many different contexts, and this Hindi translation is just an indication of what it can be used in. Okay, so it is just an indication, don't rely on it, use the whole meaning. Okay, see the whole meaning. So mores means custom and convention. So immigrants brought the mores of the old country with them, means the immigrant who came from some country, they brought the custom and convention with them. Okay, she teaches them good manners and social mores, means she teaches good manners and social etiquettes, social customs, social conventions, how to behave in society. Okay, so its scenes reflect the mores of time and region in which it was created, means it reflect the convention, the etiquettes, the practices. Okay, the way of life of the time and the region in which it was created. So the accepted mores of British society, means the accepted custom and conventions, the accepted etiquettes of British society. It is considered as an offense against social mores, means it is considered an offense against social etiquettes. Okay, so this is the meaning of mores. Second is afflict. Afflict means pida dena, means suffering. It causes suffering. So to cause one to contract an ailment or disease, means if somebody is suffering from some disease, then we use afflict. He is afflicted by that disease. To cause another person hardship or difficulty, means if somebody is suffering from some difficulty, some hardship, okay, some kind of a stress, then we can say that that particular thing has afflicted him. Okay, that and that can be a person also. If you are suffering from your neighbor, then we can say that you have been afflicted by your neighbor. Okay, if somebody is suffering from his spouse behavior, you don't like your spouse behavior, in that case you can also use that I am afflicted by my by my husband or by my wife, like that. So next is to force someone to spend time with an irritating person. In that case, afflicted can also be used. So when you see and hear him, you will understand that he is afflicted of God. Means he is mad of God. भगवान के पीछे पागल है वो. The number of those who pretended to be afflicted by witchcraft are growing. Means number of those people who pretend to be afflicted, means जो दिखावा करते हैं कि वो who are pretended to be afflicted, मतलब लगता है कि वो मतलब afflicted हैं with witchcraft, are growing, उनकी संख्या बढ़ रही है. I saw the physician's certificate stating that he was afflicted with some brain disease. So here the person is afflicted with some kind of brain disease. He is suffering with some kind of brain disease. The virus, the coronavirus, you can say also, the coronavirus has afflicted everyone in Maharashtra. Okay, we were afflicted with all the worries that comes with raising a teenager. Now, the parents who are raising a teenager, uh, they are actually worried, because a teenager is a state of a person where where it is not adult and it is not a child. So he has to be an adult and he has passed the state of being a child. So there are a lot of mental fluctuations, behavior fluctuations in that person, and these all changes has to be maintained, managed by the parents. So the parents are worried at that time. Okay, so the parents are going through those worries. So the parents are afflicted by those worries. Okay, we can use in that sense also. We were afflicted with all the worries that comes with raising a teenager. Once I finally recovered from my illness, I was afflicted with medical bills. Means the person has been recovered from the illness. He is not afflicted by the illness, but when he was recovered, he saw the medical bill, and then he was afflicted by that. He was suffering for the medical bill. Actually, means he was stressed, mentally stressed by seeing the medical bill. So I was afflicted with medical bills. Please don't afflict me with your obnoxious brother this evening. Means, see, the third meaning, to force someone to spend time with an irritating person. So please don't force me. Please don't force me to, to be with your obnoxious brother this evening. Please don't afflict me with your obnoxious brother this evening. The meaning of obnoxious is extremely unpleasant, irritating. Okay. Now, a third is desolate. Desolate means, see, desolate can be used as an adjective, it can be used as a noun, it can be used as a verb. So we will see each one of them one by one. So desolate, used for a place which is empty and without people, making you feel sad and frightened. Means a place which is empty and which ignites a feeling of fear in you. So that place can be qualified with desolate. It means a desolate place. And next is the very lonely and unhappy. If somebody feels very lonely, very unhappy, hopeless, so desolate can also be used. A bleak and desolate landscape. Okay, the landscape was bleak and desolate. Bleak means dhundla, desolate matlab ujad, viran. So a bleak and desolate landscape. Is there any sense in creating huge housing estates in industrially desolated areas? Means industries have made this place desolated. So industries has had made this place uninhabitable. Means it is people can't live there. The It gives you a feeling of sadness. It gives you a feeling of emptiness. Okay. So, is there any sense in creating a huge housing estate in industrially desolated area? Next is verb, to make a place appear empty where everything has been destroyed. So, uh, a place can be said desolate. Okay, if you use it as an adjective, and to make that place look desolate means you are going to make a place look empty, to make a place appear empty where everything has been destroyed, to make somebody sad and hopeless, without hope. So if you are going to make somebody hopeless, then desolate can be used. So she has been desolated by the death of his friend. Means she is very sad and hopeless by the death of his friend. They have since been desolated or occupied by the enemy. Means they have been they have been destroyed, they have been made sad, they have been made deserted, they have been deserted. Deserted can also be used, means viran kar dena, to making a place like a desert. Okay, so they have since been desolated or occupied by the enemy. Whole village, whole villages are being desolated, and the families dispersed to another part of the country. So this is what is going in Afghanistan now. So the whole villages are being desolated, means whole villages are being destroyed. They are made empty, and families dispersed to other parts of the country. Local people would be desolated if the community hospital no longer exists. If you close the community hospital, then local people will be desolated. Means they will be hopeless, they will be sad, and they may leave that place also. Okay, so the place might be empty. So the local people would be desolated if the community hospital no longer existed. Now it can be used as a noun also. uh, Desolated means वीरानी या फिर मायूसी, a feeling of being very lonely or unhappy. The state of a place which is ruined and destroyed, and often offer no joy or hope to the people. It is igniting a sense of fear in you. It is igniting a sense of sadness in you. So the state of a place which is ruined and destroyed. So let's see how it is used. The stony desolation of the desert. Okay, a scene of desolation means a scene of destruction. The scene showed the desolation left by the fire. Means the scene is showing the destruction which is left by the fire. A choked desolation. In choked desolation, she watched him leave. Means unable to breathe. घुटन. Desolation means मायूसी. घुटन जैसा मायूसी. Okay. In choked desolation, she watched him leave. When history speaks in simple terms, art and culture fall into desolation. कला और संस्कृति वीरान हो जाती है. Okay. When history speaks in simple terms, art and culture fall into desolation. Okay, now next is we heard stories of such sadness and desolation, that it was difficult not to move to tears. So after hearing the story, it was very difficult not to not to cry. So the story was full of sadness. It was full of desolation. Okay. Imagine the anguish, imagine the headache, imagine the desolation of simply not knowing what happened or where those bodies are. The desolation of Afghanistan and the environmental disadvantages that accompany would also continue for years. There is no beauty in desolation. मतलब वीरानी में कोई सुंदरता नहीं है. There is no beauty in desolation. There is no beauty in solitary wilderness. Sorry, no, it's right. So there is no beauty in solitary wilderness. Okay, wilderness means an uncultivated, uninhabited and inhospitable region. Means वैसा जगह जहाँ पे कोई रह नहीं सकता. Till the end of the war, desolation are determined. Means युद्ध के अंत तक वीरानी निश्चित है, वीरानी निर्धारित है. Now next word is lament. Lament means विलाप करना. Lament means regret करना भी. An expression of grief, if it is used as a noun, means if somebody has expressed an expression of grief, then we can say that we heard a lament, right? A complaint. A complaint can also be used. It also means a complaint. A song or piece of music or poem expressing grief or sorrow. Okay, so if you heard some sad music, not sad music, but sad music is a different thing, because sad music is a music which invokes sadness in you. But a poem which is expressing grief means in some situations, or in some, you can say in some culture, after death, people used to read some poem written by his family members for the person who has died. So in that case, you can say that the lament was read. Okay, the poem, that particular poem, you can also say that as a lament. So that lament was read on that occasion. The plural form is laments, and its use. Night long laments made us sad. Okay, his night long laments made us sad. उसका उसका रात भर का विलाप हम लोगों को दुखित कर दिया. There were constant laments about the condition of the employment. Means now here the laments means complaint. There were constant complaints about the condition of the employment. So in the case of complaint, laments can also be used. Uh, he read a lament. I told you before. Stop yours false and unreasonable lament means अपने झूठा और अनरीजनेबल विलाप को बंद करो. Now we will see its use as a verb to express passionate grief about something, to express regret or disappointment about something. He was lamenting the death of his infant daughter. She lamented the lack of shop in the town, means she was disappointed with the lack of the shops in the town. What is there to lament about that? Means इसमें शोक करने की क्या बात है, इसमें विलाप करने की क्या बात है. He was lamenting about the plight of road in his village. Means वो अपने गांव में रोड की हालत पे विलाप कर रहा था, दुख व्यक्त कर रहा था. He was lamenting, he was sad about the plight of the road. Plight means the state of the road in his village. The last word I guess is let through. Let through means आगे बढ़ने देना. To allow someone or something to quickly pass by one. To allow someone or something make their or its way through a crowd. To fail to detect something. If you fail to detect something, then also it can be used. Let through. A noun or pronoun is used between let and through. Don't let anyone through means don't let anyone through means किसी को जाने मत दो. Don't let anyone through. Excuse me, please let me through. I need to get back to the auditorium means प्लीज़ मुझे जाने दीजिए, मुझे ऑडिटोरियम के पीछे जाना है. प्लीज़ मुझे जगह दें, मुझे ऑडिटोरियम के पीछे जाना है. The inattentive security guard kept letting prisoners through into the storage room where the contraband is stored. Means the security guard was inattentive. Okay, and because of his inattentiveness, he let the prisoners through into the storage room. Means he allowed the prisoners to go into the storage room where the contraband is stored. Contraband means varjit cheese, means illegal things are stored. Okay, please let the ambulance through the crowd means एम्बुलेंस को क्राउड से जाने दो, इसको जगह दो. प्लीज़ लेट द एम्बुलेंस थ्रू द क्राउड. नाउ द मीनिंग ऑफ contraband. Contraband means varjit. Goods that have been imported or exported illegally, those goods can be called as a contraband. So custom men had searched the carriage for contraband. So they were searching for the contraband. They were searching for the thing which have been banned. Now it can be used as an adjective, and its meaning is imported or exported illegally, either in defiance of a total ban or without payment of duty. See, in defiance of means in spite of. So first we will discuss what is the meaning of in defiance of. In defiance of means in spite of, yeah, contrary to. So workers went on a strike in defiance of union policy. Means workers स्ट्राइक पे चले गए यूनियन पॉलिसी के बावजूद. यूनियन पॉलिसी के बावजूद मीन्स यूनियन पॉलिसी was not allowing them to go for a strike even though they went for the strike. So workers went on a strike contrary to the union policy. They went in a strike in contradiction to the union policy. Union policy was not allowing them to make a strike. And imported or exported illegally either in defiance of a total ban means total ban के against में total ban लगा हुआ है उसके बावजूद भी उसको आप ले आए, उसको आप यूज़ कर रहे हो. और विदाउट पेमेंट ऑफ ड्यूटी मीन्स आपने ड्यूटी पे नहीं किया, आपने टैक्सेस पे नहीं किया. So in that case it is illegal. So it is used. Okay, so you can say a contraband brandy or a contraband drug. So a drug can be called as contraband if it is banned in a particular, if it is banned in a particular region, so it can be called as a contraband drug.